Yeah? Okay.
I'll pause you at the beginning and I'll unmute you.
No problem.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to the Black Consciousness Festival. Thank you for joining us on our Zoom webinar or on Facebook Live. The festival provides a global online platform for the commemoration, celebration, and sharing of vital histories and stories that boost the awareness and impact of the pride, power, and practice of people of African descent. Your conversation lead today is Carla Gonzalez. Welcome and enjoy today's conversation.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you all have had a great night and you're all ready for a fabulous discussion this morning with one of my most favorite people in the world, and especially because she has been the best big sister possible, guiding me through the world of Zouk music. Madame Jocelyn Biroir.
Hello. I should say good morning. For me, it's good evening. I'm actually in Paris and it's 3 p.m. there.
And I remember always having to deal with the time differences when calling home in the Caribbean while I was with you.
Yeah.
But before I even begin asking the questions, I really want to say thank you for everything that you did for me while I was a part of the band Kassav, because you were very instrumental in always making sure that I was safe, that I was taken care of, that I had all my music, all my lyrics that I needed. And for that, I am forever indebted to you. Thank you.
Well, I think that it's normal that I did that, because that's the way it works, If we don't do that, somehow the group is going to have some weakness. So we all need to be strong into it. So we all have to help each other.
True, very true. But I wanted to start with you letting the rest of the population know what created Zouk. What was the reason for it coming about? And it's a twofold question. And how does it feel to be the grand dame of Zouk?
Well, I'm going to start with the first question.
Yeah.
Well, in Martinique and Guadeloupe, we had music, there was a lot of musicians. We had good musicians, but we didn't have that much, how can I say that, schools of music, right? So people would learn to do music by themselves. If you were going to learn an instrument, you would always learn only classical music, classical piano, classical guitar, violin. So the one who wanted to do, traditional music had to learn by listening to others, by asking to one who already knows, you know, how to do it. And it was always self-made men. So as we are small, we didn't have big productions and everything. So the even the recording were weak. You see, we had some good songs, you know, that you could dance on them, you could love them, but you couldn't take them outside because it was not properly done. So Pierre-Edouard wanted to have, you know, a new sound, a new sound. We would receive a lot of music from outside. I remember when I was 6, you know, Calypso was big at home, you know, with Mighty Sparrow and all these people. I mean, we knew music of all the Caribbean, from you know, the ska from Jamaica, and Calypso from Trinidad. We used to go to Barbados and listen to the Merrymen. So everyone knew about everyone, but no one knew about our music. So we needed to be known outside. So the thing is, you know, he started by talking with his brother Georges, who is our actual bass player, and also Jacob Desvarieux. Jacob Desvarieux was known in Paris because he was from Guadeloupe. He was born in Guadeloupe, but he lived in Martinique. And around 10, his mother took him to Africa because she wanted to know Africa. So they went to Africa, and that's where he learned how to play guitar. And then they went to Marseille in the south of France, and he met other friends, and he was, you know, a fan of Jimi Hendrix. So he was playing rock and roll, rhythm and blues and all kind of thing. And he met also African musicians. So he was doing arrangements for African music, you know, Cameroon people or wherever, you know, where the people wanted to have his guitar sound into their music. So, you know, he was known around Paris. So Pierre-Edouard said, we should get him because maybe he has another view, you know, of the music. Because when Pierre-Edouard was part of a group called Les Vikings in Guadeloupe, but so he wanted something that would look like us. He said, you know, he wanted to have a name that wouldn't be like Vikings, you know, because his group was Viking and they didn't look like Vikings. You see what I mean? You know, they don't have brown hair and everything. So they wanted to return to our roots. I mean, return to what we are. We needed that because if you want to create something, anyway, you can't just come and just create. You always had something before that inspired you. So we returned to traditional music, and the three of them were from Guadeloupe. So Georges, Jacob, and Pierre-Edouard, their origins are Guadeloupe. So they started with the Gwoka, right? Gwoka music. And because, you know, when the group started to be created, really, you know, he had, you know, Martinican people to join, like Jean-Philippe Martelly, Jean-Claude Nemo, myself. So, you know, of course, we brought our background too, with ballet music and everything. But so we had to create something that would be like modern. I don't really like the you know, the thing modern, because lots of young people believe that you have to do something new, you have to be modern and everything. But sometimes when you go to modern, you go to American or you go to wherever. I mean, you always go somewhere, you know, and it's mostly because you think it's going to be easier to go to that sound because that's the one that the people like. But you have to believe that you can create something that someone could stick on. So that was their view, their dream, you know. So they called the people little by little, and I joined. First, I came to CASAV in the 1980, and then I joined the group definitely in 1983.
Okay.
Yeah. So Georges, Jacob, Pierre-Edouard, and Jean-Claude Nemo were the basis of, you know, the I should say the mind of the Zouk, because they would play for hours, you know, and try to find a way to how can I say to back a melody, you know, but with a new sound, a new groove and thing, and something on which people would love to stand up and dance. You know what I mean? Because music is for that. Music, classical music, people dance on classical music. They used to dance on jazz music. They dance on all music, you know. So sometimes, you know, some people believe that, you know, music for dancing is just You see, it's this popular music and everything because they listen to jazz. You understand? But jazz used to be, people used to dance on jazz. Music is for your body, it's for your soul, it's for everything. So if you feel like jumping, just jump. You see what I mean? If you feel like crying, cry. The thing is, it has to. If it doesn't touch you, for you to do anything, it's not. I mean, it means that you don't like it. I mean, it's just you put it on a side. But if it moves you, then there's for me, music is music. I love classical music. I love opera. I love that. I love jazz, but I love my zouk too, and I love soca, and I love all Caribbean music. And I'm just back from Cameroon, and some musicians, they did a private show for us. It was just delightful because I was listening to new things, new ideas that they had and everything. So we needed to have that sound for the people to know that those two small islands, because we are a lot smaller than you in Trinidad. So when you look like the what we call the map moon, I don't know how to say it in English. The map.
The world map.
You see a point, and they say, well, this point there, Martinique is. This other point is Guadeloupe. You see what I mean? So we're too small. We only maximum 400,000 people in each island. You understand what I mean? When we were in Yaoundé yesterday, they've got 3 million and I don't know how many more, almost 4 million people in one town.
In a town.
In Paris, they're 10 million, and we're 400,000. So it's just like we're crazy to think that we're gonna make the whole world to listen to us, But
But you did.
We did it.
Yeah,
we did it. And the thing is, I think that it's just because we return to what we are. Because when we went to see the others, we said to them, this is what we have. We're not taking yours and to be a second class thing. We have something to bring to the world, and that was zouk music.
That's fabulous. But I also remember too when Jacob had taken us to, I think it was Bamako, Mali, and we walked into a restaurant and there was a band playing, and in my ear it sounded like soca. Like, Jacob, look, they're playing soca. And he looked at me and he's like, no, they're playing African music. You play African music.
Exactly.
So you just explained the tie between zouk and soca and African music and where it all came together.
Exactly.
I like that because I didn't know that Jacob's mom had moved him to Paris. Yeah. This is nice. This is
I mean, she didn't have much money, she just took she took a boat, she went to France and then she went to Africa. I mean, she wanted to go, so she went there. And I think that the way she taught Jacob, to go to live his own dream, And the thing is, is when you're sure that this is the way that, the path that you have to take, just take it, And the thing is, you always have to remember who you are. And the thing is, when Kassav went to Africa, we could listen, the people would say, oh, that song look like, the song of my village and other. But because our first music like Bele and Woka, this is a drum, and the drum came with Wu, with our ancestors who came from Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the evolution is different, but that's why we can find similitude in French things. Things that are alike. We understand each other. We understand Brazil music too. It's not too far. It's not too far. We're never too far.
Very, very true. And I like the fact that you pointed out how the drums brought a lot of it with just the sound, because even in our Juve that opens our carnival, we have some music and some drums, but I've got the opportunity to experience Juve in Guadeloupe,
Uh-huh.
That was only drums, and
Yeah.
that was the
It's,
most incredible thing I've ever experienced.
yes, and it moves you. It moves you.
Yes.
You just feel like, let's
Yes.
go. Yeah.
everybody moving
Yeah,
like that. It was
exactly.
crazy, and in my mind, it's like this is not what we used to. But I know that the drums are always calling. The drums always make you want to move. So
Exactly.
I love the fact that you just pointed out how the drums and African music was really the creator that birthed Zouk music and
Uh-huh.
even calypso, because I witnessed it for
Yes,
myself.
yes, yes.
You know. So my question now is, how do you feel as being the top female
I
to
am not the
represent
top female. I am one of the female
in
singers in the
in
Caribbean.
in my heart? And as far as I'm concerned, Madame Bevois, I will tell you that there are people who only see you as the top
Yeah.
female of Zouk.
The thing is, I love what I'm doing. I love the experience with the group. The music that we're doing. Even if I don't sleep. Like for example, if I had to have a concert, I know it would be crazy, but I would go do it and just give everything. You see what I mean? Because when the music comes, it just takes me. That's all. So I think that's and for myself, I believe that if I have fun on stage, the
Yeah.
people feel it and they have fun in return. You see what I mean? So it's always an exchange. When you go on stage and you talk to people, you have to make them believe what you're saying. So when you sing, it's the same thing. It's just people have to feel that you're so much into it that they come with you. That's all.
Yeah.
So probably some other women have got great voices, but they're more into their beauty, or I don't know, or the beauty of the voice and everything. But for me, with those guys, because I was only with men, even if we used to have two dancers and everything, but I was mostly with the men. So
Yeah.
it was just music. It's music, and this music has to touch us first. So
Right.
when we would feel that we love it. We believe that other people can love it too.
Nice. And
That's
I
it.
like the fact that you pointed out you were the only female, apart from the dancers.
Uh-huh.
Tell me more about how it really felt in terms of just you being the female in the band. Because a lot of times, with the majority of the bands, they may only have one female.
Mm.
And most times it's for decorations.
Yeah.
Whereas you hold your own in
Mm.
the middle of all these men, all these powerful men.
Yeah. The thing is, you have when I was before Casaba, I was a student and I was in a campus, and I had a lot of male friends, male. I could hear them talk and everything, so I knew how to deal with them. You see. So the thing is, when when I joined Casav, I didn't ask anything. I mean, I didn't ask myself anything. I just joined. There was something that was happening, and I had to be part of it. But so I had to jump into it and be on the same level with the guys. So what could I bring to that group was the first wish. I mean, I had. It was I had to get into that group. I mean, when they called me and everything, I was interested into it. I knew when I heard the first album of Cassava, I was not into it. That was the first time in Cassava. I said, I want to go there. I don't know why I say that. I turned to the radio and I said, I want to go there. And this is what happened. My phone called and I went, and it happens like that. So, when I was with them, I knew I didn't know much like them because they were used to play with bands and everything. I was just a background singer at that time. I used to sing in piano bars, but just 2 or 3 musicians and everything. But it was not, I couldn't say that it's experience of a big band and everything. And so there, with them, I came and I said, okay, I can write lyrics. So I wrote lyrics. I can sew. So for the costumes and everything, I could help them for that.
Yeah.
We had to make, like the list of the songs that I can suggest, how to put them together and everything. And so I would, and I ended up, doing all the interviews with Jacob. And because I'm quite the only one speaking fluent English, I have to do all the English parts. I used to do even Spanish conversations. I don't know how I managed, because I don't speak Spanish as good as I can speak English, you see what I mean? But I did it, you see? So finally, the guys, they just accept you, you're just a sister, you're around them, and you're part of the group because you give of your time, of your energy, of your talent. All I could give, I gave it to the group. That's it. I wasn't there to chase men because I was supposed to work with them. So to avoid any kind of problem, we in our mind, that was
Right.
Of course, if I was coming, hello, they would jump on me.
Of
course, they're men. You see what I mean? They're men. So,
yes.
I didn't. So they wouldn't dare do it.
Right. But do you, in terms of writing the lyrics, can you recall the very first song that you wrote for Kassav?
For Kassav, it's Mauvais Jour.
Mauvais Jour.
No. The very first song for Kassav is Momentala. Yeah. Momentala, but it's not quite known. But my first big hit is the second song, was Mauvais Jour. Mauvais Jour was talking about a lady that was, that woke up upset because, there was a pin, for a picture of her man on the wall, and the pin fall on the floor. And when she woke up, she almost jumped. No, I mean, in the song, she jumped on it. But this happened to me. It was not the picture of my man. It was just a picture that was on the wall. And the pin was on the floor, and I almost walked on it. And this started the thing. So I wrote the first lyric. I was in a taxi. I wrote the first lyric, and I met Jean-Philippe, and I said, Jean-Philippe, look at that. And he said, yes. He took his guitar, and then we started doing the song. That's how it worked. Yeah.
And in terms of your songs, I always, one of the first songs that always comes to mind for me is Que ça leve. Did you write Que ça leve?
Yeah, I did. Jacob did the music, and I worked on the melody and the lyrics. And for the melody, Jean-Philippe and Patrick, they helped me too a little, in some parts and everything. So we always work together, but the music, the basis is Jacob, and the lyrics is me. Yeah. So
I always that song, I always felt something different every single time I heard you sing Que ça leve. And because I speak English, and y'all, I remember Jean-Philippe looking at my notes the very first day and realizing that I was writing everything phonetically, and it made no sense at all if you read it. But what does Que ça leve mean?
Que ça leve means I will stand up again. I will rise again.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the song talks. It might be the personal song. If I have one personal song in all my thing, that would be the one. It talks about separation. And when the guy told me that he was leaving, I told him, just lock the door when you leave.
Oh. Yeah.
So the song talk about that, saying, lock the door so that the wind won't come and blow out what's left of me. Lock the door because the sun won't come to see how I'm going to fall on the floor. But even if it's not real, I'm going to smile again and I'm going to rise again.
Oh my God.
That is the song.
So now you make me love it even more. So
many women took that song for them, but many men too. Many men. The first person who came and told me when the record was out, that was a man. And I knew that man, and I said, what? He said, that song is blowing, man. It's just like that, it's just,
wow.
yeah.
Well, because you said this is so personal, and now that I know the meaning of it, I want to play a little bit of Kiss a Lady.
Yeah.
So that our audience can have a listen to exactly what we are talking about.
Yes.
Si you push up souple à l'époque là d'ailleurs, vent pas vini choubouler, ça carrette moi, jodi c'est pas la peine faire voir ni comprendre pour moi, cherchez pas voir qui fait millionnaire comme moi. Mais pas y walk et garder tous les mois. Allez, mais arrêtez plus longtemps. Châtie parole et l'odeur, ça bouge. T'es mon pour consoler. Mais que fait la vie moi, mon voisin. Si vous bouge avec souple à l'époque là d'ailleurs, soleil pas fini, ma crêle, ça qu'arrive moi, jodi c'est pas la peine faire voir ni comprendre pour moi, les douleurs qui fait que ça lâche moi. Pani maji pucembe sakabaji. Souple, parlez plus longtemps. On les côtes là qui s'attrangent moi. Toi qu'à bon pour maman, manquez pas l'habitude. Ouais, dis-moi sans où, en que ça dilemme. Manque tirer tout grâce ou qui te même si c'est chez moi qui graffine ton pire, même si c'est un laçon blanc, en que ça arrive sous lui par les plus longtemps, tout le qui fait que là je vois, qui te l'aime à hisser, même manière il t'est arrivé en tête moi c'est là déjà, pas vivre les tous les y'a que ça même si mon pour manger la boue, descend enfin pour la paix. Manquez ça, les tous mes forces là, ils serrent. Mal font pas qu'à tomber longtemps, longtemps. Ça lève, mon bec que ça qui tient pas dit, même si mon cœur lève. Mais pareil, manquez qui te aller, l'amour est plus fort, manquez rive.
Yeah.
Wow, that means so much more to me now.
Yeah.
In Trinidad, we call that a tabanca song. So if somebody breaks up with you,
Uh-huh.
You see, and you're moping around the house and you can't catch yourself. You're feeling sad all the time and you want to drink, you want to sleep. You have to banker. So, but that song has always, like many of the Kassav songs, have always meant the world to me.
Yeah.
Because y'all always showed a level of professionalism that to me was unique to y'all, to Kassav.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to ask if that was something within you, or this is just how, as a people, you all were always very regimented, always strict in terms of.
No, we decided to be like that. We decided to be like that because we decided that if we wanted something to be international, we had to put ourselves in the international state, of mind, which means that, we had to start the concert in time. We shouldn't be late. If you say 7, at 7 we have to start it, and that surprised a lot of people. In the Caribbean, we were always on time. So this gives you the it's a training, to have some, rigueur in French. I don't know how to say it. We have to be straight, really straight.
Regimented.
So when we're working, when they play, the bass, they would choose the bass that would go there, that wouldn't, put the guitar on the side or everything. Everything has to be in its own place and everything. So we always have to work out. If you want to reach that level, you have to put your mind on that level, and your consciousness, the way you're working and everything. That's the only way. That's, many times we say that to the people. We said, donne-toi les moyens. You have to gives yourself the opportunity to reach your dream. You see, so you learn. If you sing, listen to singers. You got to take a few lessons. If you're not taking a lot, take at least a few lessons to know how to breathe and all those things, so that you won't damage your voice. You have to you have to know how to move a little on stage. You don't have to be a big dancer, but you can't just standing there. It's just, you have to know how to behave yourself on stage, because this is, it's your how do you call it? C'est ton métier. That's your work. It's not like
it's your work,
a hobby.
It's
not a hobby.
Your passion.
Yeah. So, and of course, being part of a group gives you more the opportunity to have discipline.
Yeah.
Because you're not alone, so you can't do something and just put the other one in trouble. If you're doing something, the others have to feel comfortable in it. So you always have to think that it's a group, and you have to do things for the thing to go further. Yeah.
And I remember the very first time we started our rehearsals with y'all, and that was in 1992, I think it was.
Yes.
The very first rehearsal, when we stopped for lunch. But I was not used to, we go in at a specific time and start at that time, and then stop for lunch. So I was like, okay, so we're done. And you looked at me and went, no, we just taken lunch now. We have to come back again. And that, to me, that is when I realized how regimented and how seriously you all took the rehearsals. So that even in everything that you do on stage, even if we laugh and we dance and joke about it on stage, it is because we did it in the rehearsal, or we remember
many times sometimes. They could stand hour for a guitar or a guitar thing, or a stop in a drum or whatever. It's just it's like that.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
that is incredible. And
Yeah.
one other song that I always think of you for as well is Siwo.
Yes.
Did you also write Siwo?
I wrote Siwo and Jacob made the music too. You know, the music is very funny because we were in 80 and Jacob he had just bought, you know, a machine at that time that we didn't have, you know, yet the computer thing, you know, that we had. So you could program on a machine. So he had just bought this machine and he was, you know, doing that rhythmic, you know, what you can hear under Siwo. And I passed by his room and I said, "What is that?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm trying my machine." I said, "I want that." He said, "What are you doing with that?" I said, "I want it." And he gave it to me. So he worked on it more to be like a zouk song, you know. It was less free than what it was, you know, in the beginning doing. But you know, so he put it, you know, into a zouk groove for me. And you know, I did Siwa with it. And to do Siwa, you know, I went with the just the music. There was no melody. I worked for 15 days, you know, trying to find melodies. I said, no, not that, not that. And then I just erased everything. I went to sleep. And in the morning, I woke up, I put my headphones and I went, the song started and I went, "See what?" like that. And it just came like that. And then I could write the lyrics and everything. And this is a funny song. It's a song
Yes.
because men generally says, "I want a woman sweet as syrup," you know, at home. They say it in Creole. And I said,
Yeah.
why a woman shouldn't say that she wants a man sweet as syrup too? You saw it?
That's
Huh?
right. That's right. Because we want some sweetness too. Yes.
So I said that if they don't know what is to be sweet, you know, I'm going to explain to them. So that's what I'm doing in that song. How is it to be sweet? How to get sweet for a woman, you see? But he's got to listen to me. He doesn't have to, you know, and it doesn't have to be, you know, like, you know, just sweet. You know, it's just like, you know, he's got to be standing next to me and, you know, we're walking together. Yeah, but
That's
being
right.
sweet. Yes, yes.
But since we were able to show them this Kesa Levy, which spoke to the heartbreak and "Oh, we will rise
Yeah.
again," we
Yes.
want to now show them Siwo.
That's you. Okay. was young there. I was in 1986. 87. We turned that one in beginning of the year, January 87, because the album was released in December 86, and we
Right.
started with Kai Mama first, and then we had Siwo. Yeah.
Oh wow, that was that. I mean, every song from Kassav has a special meaning for me because, of course, as I said, it was a different type of experience in the music field.
Yeah.
for me. We do have some questions. We have
Mhm.
one from David Banfield. Were you in Trinidad with Kassav in 1987? That's when you all were in the Oval and it rained a lot. I think that's the first concert I ever saw of Kassav.
Yeah, every time Kassav went to Trinidad, I was there. The very first time we went there, we had the chance to go to Mount Paramine, and we met, descendants of a Martinican lady, and she was still there. I don't know if she's alive still, but she had kept a few words of Creole, and we saw her sons and grandsons and all those people. We had a real nice day at Paramine, and it's that was interesting. And I regret only one thing is one time we came for Carnival and we had to leave like when that was Jouvet, and we were crossing, with the bus to go to take the plane with all the people in the street. And I said, no, we're missing that. Yeah. And the very last time was this year or last year, I don't know, when we came. That was
last year for Carifesta.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also have some love. We have lots of people sending love to you. We have love from Giselle Langton, a really, really, really good friend of mine. She's saying good morning, and she says, Kassav rules.
Thank you.
Another friend of mine who is Theron Shaw. He is an incredible guitarist, jazz musician. And he said, please let you know that, please tell Jocelyn that I love her CD, Madusinai. But it's years ago, and I still play it frequently. I love the diversity of the music on it and how all the tunes have the essence of the Ka and Guadeloupe.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, with Theron Shaw, I've worked with Terry quite a few times. And when he saw me do that guest appearance with you all last year for Carifesta, he actually called me personally and told me how proud he was of me. That meant the world to me because I respect Theron Shaw immensely, and then I respect you immensely as well. So for me to get the invitation from you all to join you again and then get some love from Terry because of that, I love it.
It is really fun. I mean, it amazed me the way, people see us, because for us, it's so normal that when we come to Trinidad, we have to call you because, if we called you first, it's because we loved your work. We loved your voice. We wanted to have you. You see what I mean? So it's just like, we're just people, It's just musicians, loving to work together. That's all.
Yeah. And we also have Anthea Octave. She's sending love from St. Lucia. And she sent a message to me saying that she knows it as well. But she's also a Lucian. I went to UE, to university with her. So she's really, really tight when talking about Zouk music. And I can't talk to Jocelyn Bewa with Anthea because she's in love with Jocelyn Bewa. So you have real love coming your way steady. A lot of people still to this day speak about that concert in 1987 that was held at the Oval. And I posted Oh, that video that I showed you, that I sent to you concerning Taratata, when we performed that Taratata.
Yes, yes, yes.
And one of the musicians who performed, who opened for us, and I have to say us because I'm speaking in terms of Kassav now, when you all
Uh-huh.
came back for a carnival, and
Uh-huh.
we performed at the back of a mall, we performed at the back of West Mall,
Uh-huh.
and they opened for us. And
Oh,
that was
okay.
the first time that we actually got into to really do Zouk in
Uh-huh.
the carnival. But
Ah, good.
the audience was loving it. And
Uh-huh.
that shows again how tightly Zouk and soca are
Yeah.
connected.
Yes,
And
we are close. We're really close. You know, there's a difference, of course. When you listen to soca music, I find that soca, but maybe it's because the way the people are creating, you know, the songs, Zouk songs today. You know, they are more into in this mellow thing and everything. So soca has got more energy. You see what I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so this is what I feel. But you know, the Zouk of Kassav before, you know, had as much energy as the soca, and we had mixed soca in our music too. With Jean-Claude, he was doing it's a mix of
yeah,
soca and Zouk.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it's so you know, we love Caribbean music, so we invited reggae into our Zouk too with Milan. Bam, ga, ga, da, ga, ga, da, ga, ga, da, ga, 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 ga. It's a Zouk, but it's a reggae
And Ule.
also. It's mixed. Yeah.
Mhm. And when,
So,
when,
so,
when, you,
so
when you did Ule as well,
yeah.
so when the
Yeah.
first time I heard Ule, I was like, hold on, this is reggae here, this is dancehall. I know
Oh,
this
yeah. Ule. Ule.
Ule.
Ah, it's funny. I never thought about it as a reggae. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, because with that was when you all had me come forward and do a sort of chanting, but at the time I channeled a huge dancehall
Uh-huh.
female Patra, and I did. She had done a remix of "Pull Up to the Bumper" from Grace Jones.
Uh-huh.
And when you especially you would step back and point at me to let me know, come forward and do this portion of the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was always me stepping forward to channel my dancehall
Yeah.
queen.
Exactly.
So I wanna play another video
Mhm.
with Kassav and Shades of Black when we performed at Taratata.
Yes. Okay.
But while
That was a nice moment. Taratata was a real nice moment.
I know, because we got to do, we did a few performances with on Taratata. The
Mm.
first one, the first year I believe, was when we did the Nusur Undur. I'm getting his
You
name
soon
wrong.
do. You soon do. But that's the
Yeah.
same day. It's not the same day. I think it's the same day. I
No,
saw
that
the video. I'm dressed the same way, so it might be the same day. Yeah.
it
It wasn't
was two different
when
years.
I sang. Oh yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
Let me see. If I'm dressed up the same day, it would be the same day. Because I've got the video with Yusu too. I have it.
Right.
Yeah.
We trying to find the clip. We trying to juggle things right now. Yes, this one. But we're gonna switch to the Taratata performance now.
Yeah. Okay.
So that our audience, our viewing audience, could still also see the energy that we had. Oh, you wanna switch to Ule first? He wants to go to Ule first.
Okay. All right.
Because we have
Doesn't matter as long as he plays the two of them.
exactly. We have so much to choose from right now. So, but as you can see, I'm smiling. By the time I'm done, my face will be hurting because I'm having such a good time being able to
Yes.
share this with you and share.
Good memories, but good
Good
memories.
memories.
Yeah. It's
So
too
we
bad that, having to travel and everything. And, it's always a question of money all the time. You see, we're not
Oh, yeah.
Americans, so we do as much
Oh,
as we
yes.
can. So,
Definitely.
but it's a pity that we cannot, see each other more than that, and share the stage together, because it's fun, having good voices and everything. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And as I told you, it was a completely different experience for me because yes, we know that soca and calypso is one genre, but
Yeah.
then also switching over to singing a completely different language, but still feel the energy and
Exactly.
know that we're able to give that vibe
Exactly.
and take the audience on that journey with us. So we would come off stage and we're sweating and tired, but it's a good show.
True.
and you're ready to go again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
are there any other possible collaborations that you would like to do in the future?
Well, we can do as many like we can. As a solo artist, I did a lot of collaborations. With French singers, with African, Caribbean, and everything. I'm always doing. They always call me to do duets here and there. So I always love that. To share moments with the people. They're always surprised. I say, okay, yeah, if the song is good, I go. You know what I mean? That's what. And yeah, but with Kassav it's always more complicated, most of the time, because half of the group lives in Martinique and Guadeloupe, half of the group in Paris. Every time we're having a concert, we have to get together and rehearse and everything. So to have someone else and everything, we have to have more time to prepare the thing, because when you have to share something with someone, it depends. The person that has to come to the Zouk and maybe it's not it's not used to it, so we've got to give him time to get into it, really, to feel comfortable. So we have to have more times, and most of the time they say, yeah, we don't have it costs too much for this and that. But anyway, it's not a problem. We're small. The thing is, people think that we're French and we have the help of France, but we don't have a clue from French, from the very beginning. Even exactly, at the time, Sony Music signed Kassav because they know why they signed Kassav, because we were growing up, and people would come in, so they knew that they would make money out of it. But after a while, they were doing nothing, really, to push it more. So we had to finish with them. So now we're independent and everything. So we've got to find the money, when we need to do something. That's
right.
all.
Because I remember the first time I saw platinum albums and gold albums was in your apartment. When we walked into your apartment and looked on the walls, and I saw.
Yeah, they're still there. They're still there. On the wall there.
Yeah. And I have to say, because of seeing all your platinum and gold albums, proving your accomplishments and your recognition, it makes me cherish mine even more. From when I got my gold albums from recording with y'all, recording with y'all, it's like, okay, anything happen, those 2 gold albums going with me no matter what.
True. And the thing is, the how can I say that? The numbers of selling is for France. France is 64 million people. 64 million people. So for 64 million people, we did the gold album. But if we had to count with our people who are the first one buying our album, we're diamond.
Wow.
In comparison, you see what I mean? If we had to take, because for 400,000 people in front of 64 million people, you see, it's not the same rate. You see, but because we're French, we receive it with the French rate. So we have to do as good as a French guy who sings really for 64 million people. We don't sing for 64 million people. So now, yes, they have the choice. They can choose to listen to us or not. But you know, by the very beginning, we were not singing for them. You know, they didn't know about us. So it's only with our people that we did that thing. So it would have been a diamond one, you know, compared to the numbers of the people. You understand what I mean?
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. So now we're gonna turn on to the Taratata video.
Yeah.
Sean pulled up the Taratata, so take it away.
Ah, deep face.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good because you've got one video, you've got one live, you've got one TV show. It's good. You've got three aspects of,
Yeah,
you know.
three aspects of everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that no matter what, you still keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because
The thing is, yeah.
Mhm.
The Defay, you know what it means. Defay is fire. It's fire, but in the sense of pressure. There's pressure, you know. If you don't do anything to help the youth people, it's gonna explode. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you don't want it to explode, please just throw some water on it. You know, it's just, you know, kusuz the thing, you know, do something for the young people. That's what I'm asking there. I'm
Oh,
saying
wow.
if it's not you and me doing it, you know, we're going to be exploding. You know, that's what it meant.
Wow. Now, see, I didn't know the meaning of any of these things.
Yeah.
I was just singing because you told me to sing that.
Yeah.
But we have another question.
Mhm.
How do you think Kassav impacted on the African identity of Caribbean people?
How do we impact on the African identity? I guess it's the drum, because for example, when you see someone like Admiralty, who is a younger than us and doing, you know, he used to do dancehall music and everything, is putting more and more drums into his music. I remember, you know, I was talking with some of them, and probably him, I'm not sure, but I think I told him so. I don't know. I said, yeah, you can do things, you know, like Jamaican already are doing that thing. You know, if you're doing it, you know, just put your own thing into it. You know,
Yeah.
that's the way, because just as Jacob is saying, when you're creating a style, we created Zouk. Zouk doesn't belong to us anymore. You
Yeah.
created it, you gave it to the people can take it and do whatever they want, and it's gonna change and it's gonna mix up with some other things. And you can hear in many songs all around the world, even in Korean songs. I heard the Korean song is Zouk. Zouk is inside it. You know, the way they play in the drum and everything and swinging it is Zouk. You know, there's many countries, you know, where they heard the thing, they take in the groove, you know, they're testing it and they're using it their own way. You see? So you can find calypso here or there, you can find reggae here and there, and you know, everyone is taking, because when you give it to the world, I mean, so when you take in something, just don't take it and imitate it, you know, words by, you see what I mean? Just put your own soul into it. You know, this will make the difference, because the other one, when he's going to listen to it, he said, oh, there's something more into it, you know, so you've got interest. You know, you pick their interest. You know, they want to hear more of you. You know, but if you imitate them, they might laugh at you. They might laugh at you. You know, so if you don't know how to do it properly, you see what I mean?
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
Because a few carnivals ago, I remember I was walking down the main street in the area that I live in Chaguanas, and I heard soca.
Yeah.
But in the middle of the song, he started singing one of your songs. And it was probably Zukla.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on. But I know that's not Kassav. That is not Jacob singing. That is not Jocelyn. So this is soca playing. So what's going on?
Yeah. That's the thing, you know. Yeah. Like us, you know, when we're using soca into our Zouk, you know, it's the same thing, you know, it's an exchange. But you know that Zouk exists and soca exists. They're two different things. So you have to keep the pure thing, but you can just make it just explode everywhere, you know, and just use it. It's music. It's just music.
Just
we've got one, we've got one life, so we've got to experience things. You see what I mean? Yeah.
True.
In music.
The one I want to play another video, but before I do that, one of the main songs off of it is Mwale.
Yeah, yeah.
And I specifically remembered that may have been the first song that I worked on with y'all when you all came to Trinidad.
Yes,
For that, that was for a soundtrack for a movie.
yes,
Have you done a lot more movies?
yes, yes,
Really?
yes.
Nice.
I played in a couple of movies, yeah, for
Oh,
2 for TVs and maybe 2 or 3 for the big thing. And there's a documentary about me that Maraki, my niece, did, and yeah. So I've been playing, and now I'm thinking, talking with people. I've got 3 coming. I have to shoot, probably, but I don't know if I will go. I found myself, getting old, so I don't like my face anymore. Like what they're doing of me, you see what I mean? There's a movie that's gonna be out. Like I'm afraid of seeing the way they dressed me up because they wanted me to be, a lady, of character, and saying things and ooh, I'm afraid. I'm saying, I know I'm gonna go like that. When you were in the movie place, you go like, ooh,
yeah.
you just disappear because you hate yourself on the on the thing. So I don't know. I'm just thinking about it because I don't want to do anything with my face. I'm afraid that they change me too much, so I won't change anything. But hi, I'm gonna stay home and paint and do pictures and everything and disappear.
I definitely
Well, that's life.
understand.
That's life.
Exactly. We all
Yesterday
have
is yesterday. Today is today. So it's just aging.
exactly.
We've got to take it.
But before we play the Moyale video,
Uh-huh.
what does Moyale mean?
Alors, Moyale is talking about the people leaving their countries to go to a better future. It's a dream. They're saying that there's a sentence that I heard in a reggae song of what's his name, the guy of South Africa. He had a voice almost like Peter Tosh. He died. He was killed. Died. He used to play a lot of reggae. You don't know, the South African guy. It doesn't mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? I forgot his name.
No, you said the South African guy, not Peter Tosh. He sound like
No,
Peter
the South, a South African guy who used to do a lot of reggae, and he sounded like Peter Tosh in the very beginning. It doesn't mean nothing to you.
No,
Yeah,
no.
if I tell you the name, you're gonna tell me you know him. The thing is, he had a song saying that the grass is greener outside.
On the other side.
So, yeah, on the other side. So this is what gave me the thing. So the people went, they come into France, to look for, a better future. And I'm saying the mother is telling to her son, don't forget to come back. So just that. It's that's a song. So the guy saying, I'm gone. It means I'm gone. Yeah, he's going. And I'm saying for myself and for the others, I don't want to die overseas. I want to die at home. Yeah, so that's what's in that song, saying that the people, you can go to make a living, but come back to your country. Yeah, you have to come back.
Because I'm a firm believer in, yes, there are a lot of things that we can accomplish when we travel.
Yeah.
But we should always come back home.
Yeah.
And make things better where we can.
Yes.
Give where we can. And especially in this time of COVID-19 and us being quarantined, the music is what is keeping people the most sane now. So now would be the time for us to do more music, to collaborate a lot more. And we have the technology because we're in 2 different countries and speaking to each other, being viewed by several people around the world. And it's possible for us to make the music now and to keep each other's company.
Exactly.
While we are supporting each other emotionally and mentally with the music.
Exactly.
What was the South African singer Lucky Dube?
Lucky Dube. Yes, Lucky Dube.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Right.
him. I love his voice. I love the way it was. I love his reggae. You know, I was yeah. That was yeah. I was so sad. You know, when I heard that. You know, they kill him to rob his car in front of his son. A guy, you know, just kill him. You know, how can you kill someone? You gave him life. You're taking it. You know, who gives you the right to take the life of someone else? You know, life is a gift, and you only have it once. So just respect the life of the other one if you want people to respect yours. You see what I mean? It's just like you know, education has to be, you know, something important, you know, to do now. You know, educate the kids. Tell them that no one belongs to no one, and you don't have to kill someone because you know you wouldn't like you know anyone to kill your kids or whatever. You know what I mean? So don't kill. You know, if you're killing, if it's because you're afraid, so you need to grow. You know what I mean?
Do you see any possible ways that we as a Caribbean people could do more to educate our people and to keep us growing and moving forward with our music?
There's one thing that is important to me, you know, for the Caribbean people, because you know most of the time we're not caring about, you know, the history. History is something very important because the way they formatted, I don't know if it's right to say that, formatted, you know, the mind of the people. You know, they teach you that, you know, so many things bad about yourself. You know, we have to erase that, and it's just like with we call it in French, devoir de mémoire, which means is
voice of memory.
You have to go back. How do you say?
So,
the voice of memory.
Voice of memory. Yeah, we have to work on the history. We have to look at history and really look deep inside to see exactly what happened. Because the thing is, I'm sure it's the reality. We're as rich or maybe even richer than a lot of people in our mind, in our culture, you know, in creating things and everything. So we can, you know, give, you know, the rest of the world, you know, way of, you know, something, whatever. Just imagine, you know, as Jacob is saying, we're coming from two tiny countries, you know, and we could do that. So we can do more than that if we believe that we can do it. And if we taking, you know, our own things, you know, saying this is me, you know, this is me, and this is what I have to offer to the world, you know, and I know that I'm strong enough to give it to the world, you know, there's no reason, you know, it's not, and, you know, respect, we have to teach our kids, you know, respect for themselves and respect for the other one. Because if you respect yourself, you respect the other one. You know, if you don't respect your fellow, you don't respect your own self, you know what I mean? And the people of your country, you know, we're coming from the same thing. So some people believe that, you know, in this world, when you look at it, you know, this one has got more money, so she believes that she has to pass before everyone and everything. No, man, go on. You know, when I go to the post office, you know, I go in the back, you know, some person saying, you can go. No, I don't go. You know, I just came. The people they are waiting for, I'm going to wait just like them. You know what I mean? It's just, it's the way of living, you know. If I wanted to go first, I had to wake up earlier. I would be first. You know what I mean? I didn't wake up early, so I'm going where I'm supposed to go. You know what I mean? It's just, and it's, people have to learn, you know, to care more about the people, because we have to believe in ourselves. As long as we don't believe in ourselves, we won't be positive, you know, with the people around us. We've always been fighting and everything. We have to believe that together we're stronger, you know, and the Caribbean can be stronger, you know, in the country, you know, when I'm saying you have to come back to your country, I'm talking mostly for Martinique and Guadeloupe, because we're still French, you know, so the people of France, you know, they're telling you that they at their place, you know, Martinique and Guadeloupe belong to them. You see what I mean? So, you know, if all the kids are living to Paris and don't come back, you know, who will be there? You see what I mean? Who the island would be too? You see what I mean? So we don't have to leave this island, you know, for the people coming from outside. They don't know nothing about us, about the country, about, you know. they constructing houses not knowing how the wind is blowing or whatever. We have an earthquake and everything. Now you can have all kind of disease at home because they don't know a clue about and the people before, they knew how to build a house. And you didn't need to have AC, you see what I mean? Because you knew how the wind would pass, to give you some air. Today you have to have AC because they're building anyhow. You see, they're doing, yeah. So we have to work for our countries. We have to come back, learn outside, but come back and give to your country what you have, for this country to be yours, to be the one of your kids and everything, and not, a country where they tell you one day, you're not at home.
Yeah.
So, so it's for me, education, I'm every time I speak to kids, I tell them that, as I said, when you're working and everything, never say that you're working for someone else. You're working for yourself. You're working for your country. You're not working for someone else. You're working for you. Whatever you do, my nieces and everything, every time, even if they had to, clean the house, I said, do it good. Everything you do it good. You see, you have to do it good.
Yeah. And do you see all that you are telling the younger people now, and even through your music, even if it may be small, do you see it making a difference so that we can continue?
It does. One day I went to sing in a prison. And after that, I was in my car, waiting for the light to turn green. And a guy was selling tomatoes on the side. And he came and he said, "Oh, I'm glad to see you. You came to sing for me in Ducos." And I said, "Ducos?" And I couldn't remember I had sing in Ducos because he told me the name of the town. You see, but I forgot that the prison was in Ducos. And then he said, "In the prison?" I said, "Oh, yes." And he said, "Yeah, I heard what you said and everything. And I make my best not to return there and everything." It's because, and the thing is, you have every time, that's what I'm saying. When you're a singer, when you take a mic and you speak, always remember that people hear you. Even if it doesn't work on anyone, but it will always work on one person or two. You see? So if you go, into negative things, it might work also negatively. So you have to be positive. When you have a mic, you're supposed to pull the people up, not down. Never, ever.
Yes.
You see? And in the lyrics, even if the song Que ça leve, it might seem, very sad and everything, but from the middle, it goes up, with hope and everything.
I will always rise.
Yeah, and it's just that I will rise, and it will take time, but I will do it, because I have to go on. Life goes on. It doesn't stop because you lock the door.
I like that. So now we will go to the Mwale video.
Pardon?
Now we will go to the Mwale video.
Mwale, yes. Yeah.
Hey,
moins que l'été.
All together.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in it too. Yeah. The three of you.
I will never forget those lyrics. Ever.
Palot Bon Tekelemo. This song is a Palot Bon Tekelemo means, you know, I don't want to die overseas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is probably why that has always resonated with me so much, because I think you would probably remember that every single time I was with you all, I would always ask you to find a bank for me because I needed to send my money home.
Yes.
I know I used to give you so much trouble finding that bank sometimes.
No, but I guess that we did it through my bank.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did.
we did. Yeah.
But it always made sense for me to always come back home, because at the time mommy was still alive. My son was small, so it was important that I always came back.
Yeah.
I specifically remember there was one particular time, because of the taxes, because if you're not a citizen there, your taxes were a lot more.
Yeah.
And Amid told me, you should look into getting your citizenship so that you could your taxes would be less. And I thought about it for a little bit. I didn't know whether it was possible or not, but mommy was still alive, and it would not have been, for me, it would not have been fair to move her to a different country where she didn't know the language.
Exactly.
And I would be on tour with you all.
No, it's not possible.
Anywhere at all. So it was like everything happened as it was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
When it was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
We have one more question as well, where someone wants you to tell us about the role and importance of dance to Zouk.
The importance of dance to Zouk.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
So when we started with Zouk, the music was really, moving and everything. And the people at home used to say that they were very happy because when they were dancing Asian music or Begin or Mazioka, more traditional music, they had to have someone, the woman have to have a man to dance with. With Zouk, they could dance alone. So they were happy. So, some people, they try to create, some, movements, saying that it's going to be a style for Zouk and everything. But there's really not. I think that this is the lack. It's a lack in Zouk. we don't really have a style to dance it.
Y'all rock.
Yeah, it's just like that, and
It's a
and
feeling.
sometimes, and right now, they just get closer and closer and closer, so people, because it's slower and everything, so you're gonna have to have someone to dance with, for that, and dancehall takes the higher thing with the young people because they have more fun. You don't need to have someone, you can go and dance and party, you see. But Zouk, you have to have someone and dance, and so unfortunately, but the Brazilian, they created a style, Brasa Zouk, but it's so, you could have, you could hear your back dancing that, because it goes like that and turn and everything. Some other people has been, they created, but we never ever decided that we would tell the people you have to dance it that way or that way. We didn't feel like it. So maybe probably a young person will do it after us. It's just we let them be free. We were too much into the music. We had those two dancers in the beginning. They would show. They would give something more. To the show. But there was a time where you had to shrink the group, and so we had to get rid of them. But I regret that because I think that it was interesting, to have those dancers there because they were dancing African style or, more modern or whatever. You see, they had different, and they were creative also with the costumes and everything. So, I really love to have those two girls with me. And, when we had to get rid of them, I was just sad because, I didn't have my friends. They were my two little sisters, but, they
We're not Marie-José.
were there. Yeah, Marie-José and Catherine, yes.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is Marie-José was able to then transition into being one of your backup singers.
Yeah, because she was singing too. She was singing.
Yeah. So do you see where it is possible in Zouk music that some of the dancers or other forms of entertainment could actually segue into singing as well?
Well, anyone can sing. The thing is, they have to have a voice, and they have to have they have to bring, to show their feelings. They have to. That's all. I'm not saying that, because I used to be, lots of people are saying, oh, well, you were background singers and now you're in front. It's rare, because I know a lot of background singers who are singing, they had really good voices and they never made it, in front. Never, ever. They tried and never. Marie-José, she's doing songs, little by little, she's having she's known, because she's going to concert, in festivals. She sing one song, two songs, or sing that. So some people knows about her, but she's not considered as a singer, she's doing background singers purpose. Yeah, she's mostly as a dancer for the people in their mind, but they know that she can sing, but she's not up front, talking about people up front, but she can make it. She has to improve, she has to find, the good songs, and because most of the time, people want to sing and they sing what they're getting.
Yeah.
If I don't have good songs, I don't sing. If I don't like a song, I don't sing. It happened that I sang a song that I didn't like, but this one time, and I said I will never do that because I know that when I don't like it, I don't do it good. So it's
right.
Yeah.
With I'm only saying this now, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to end right now. But with Zoukla, I've always found that yes, Zoukla c'est ça America Money makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
And then when Shades of Black did the English version of it, and we said Zouk is the only medicine we've got. It's like, wow, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm a Trini. and I have
Yeah,
so,
true,
I have so,
true.
but I love Zouk.
But
And
when we say in Zouk classes and medicament, it means music is the only medicine that we've got. Our music is Zouk, so we call it Zouk, but you can turn it to music is the only medicine that we've got. Because, you know, when people, and mostly when you come in from the Caribbean, we've got earthquake, we've got hurricanes, we've got all kind of diseases, you know, in our countries. And every time we start again, every time we rise up again, you know, we're used to that, you know, we're not staying there crying all the time, you know, and everything. We're working, you know, life starts again, you know. So it's just like, and mostly with the music, you know, it gives you, you know, you take just 5 minutes for a song and it changes your mind, you know, it gives you more hope, gives you more joy, gives you more, you know, gives you the answer maybe, you know. I'm not saying it's God, you know, don't believe that. But it's a kind of medicine, you know. Music has got that, you know.
have you ever experienced, maybe in your younger years, where people did not see the importance of music? Like if you ran into a teacher and they would tell you, oh, have you gotten a real job yet?
Oh yeah, but that was before CASAF. That people would never believe that being a musician is a job. You know, it's a hobby. It was a hobby for the people. You know, when they're asking me, how did you get into music? I said, music came and stole my life because my parents, you know, they educated me. They educate me, telling me that if I want to be an artist, it means that I want to die of hunger. You see what I mean? So you get that because our country is too small. Even if you're painting and you're not selling any canvas, you can't eat. If you singing and you know people see you twice in a year, you know they don't come to see you all the time. You see what I mean? So you die of hunger. So in our minds, you know, we were formatted. You know, we had to have a real, a real job. You see what I mean? Like a doctor, lawyer, whatever. You see what I mean? But you know, not. So I started doing learning pharmacy. I was not, you know, that's why, you know, it's a medicine now. You see what I mean? But you know, I started pharmacy, and I decided that pharmacy, I don't want to go there because if I go there, you know, I want to do research, and if I do research, I won't have time to draw. And I used to love to draw, but singing was, you know, amusement for me. I was thinking, you know, since I was 12 or 14, you know, in the family, you know, party, you know, I'm just joking. You see what I mean? Music was not in my mind. So when I reached Paris, you know, to study fine arts, you know, to go to the Superior Arts of Paris. And, you know, I did all the exams and everything, and they accept me there. So I went there. My brother was there. He said, hey, Jocelyne, they want a girl to do background. Do you want to come? Yeah, I went, you know, but it was for fun. And I found myself going more into studios than going to the school, fine art school. So I didn't quit fine art school. It happens that one day I didn't go. You see what I mean? And I was into music. Music just stole my life, and that's how things went, you know. And so it was for me, and I couldn't run away. Yeah, it stole my life, really, really, everything, even the man. I was never there. I was never there. I was always busy. I was, you know, so you know. And when you're starting to be known, they've got a problem with that. You know, so you know, that's life.
Oh yeah,
that's life. That's my life.
Even here, for me, I am. A lot of people don't know that I was first a dancer.
Yeah.
Not a singer.
Yeah.
So I was a dancer first, and then an actor. So I did television, soap operas, and movies, and then I started singing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that we could do all these different things. And if we stay dedicated to it and stay focused, we could actually make a living. So that's how come I was able to take care of my family.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
After my very first tour with y'all, I
Mhm.
got into, and I came back home. I got into a taxi with a former teacher of mine. And she looked at me and she said, "Hey, Carla, you got a real job yet?" Just performed for thousands, tens of thousands of people living in a different country. And this is what this woman.
No, but for people, that's the way, having something come in every month, the same regular way and everything, and you get bored, and it's just, I mean, some people would love it because, if you're doing something, I hope that you like it, you better love the job that you're doing. The thing is, I was a background singer, but I could sing in piano bars, in between. I can take pictures, I can sew, I can do a lot of things, so, I'm saying, into arts, I'm multiple, so I never stop doing things, and I can make a living that way, and it's nice, and it's a lot of joy, and yeah, it's just creation and having fun and giving people some joy, and
Of course,
Yeah.
and in fitting in with the theme of Mwale,
Mm,
where you were saying you want to come back home to die. But we also have to remember too that we have so much here in the Caribbean,
uh-huh.
and so many people in the Caribbean are fighting to leave here to go to the metropolitan countries. But
Yeah.
yet, those in the metropolitan countries keep coming to the Caribbean for what
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yes, our music can take us there, but it should also bring us back so that we could make things bigger and better for us here, for our
Yeah.
people here.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate everything that I have learned through y'all and with y'all,
Mm,
and I wouldn't change it for the world.
true.
Not
True.
ever.
I understand. But because why I understand, because I'm saying, you appreciate everything, but we learning also from people, coming and sharing things with us, moments and everything. We learn from each other. So if it's so it's good. So
Yeah.
it's the best thing. But now I'm living in Martinique since 2000. The year 2000, I went back home. So I'm always, crossing the ocean to come around here, to live somewhere else. But it's my life. It's my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. And it's a good life. It is a
Yes,
good life.
it is. It is.
Okay. So we want to play the Zoukla.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to play that video now because I think throughout all the years with all the music that you all have, once people hear Zoukla Sesa Medica Monuni, they identify immediately
Yes.
as Kassav, and everybody goes,
Yeah.
yeah, Zoukla Sesa Medica. Well, once you hear that first guitar strum,
Yeah.
it makes you just scream, yes. This is it. This is it.
Can you believe that those guys, they've been playing a song with one note of bass? Dum, 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 dum. That's all he's doing.
Oh
That's
my
what is blowing the mind of a lot of musicians saying, I can't believe it did one note and it's okay. This was crazy. It is crazy.
And that one note is
Yeah.
the note that
Exactly.
carries the song. So
Yeah.
let's share that one song right now.
Okay.
pas de problème. De temps en temps, la vie, la règle, qui j'en ai fait, on peut s'accorder. Sous la c'est comme on dit,
Ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça.
sous la c'est comme on dit. Si c'est ça, on musique, I'm white. Ni comme ça, ni comme ça, ni comme ça, ni comme ça, 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 comme ça. Sous la c'est comme on dit,
Ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça.
sous la c'est comme on dit.
Oh malade, oh malade, oh malade. Oh malade, oh malade, oh malade.
Sous la c'est comme on dit,
Ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça.
sous la c'est comme on dit. Battez qu'on aime, c'est que la ça, quand même on a pas ça pour moi. Quand même on a, beaucoup saisi, si jamais je m'en tombais malade. Sous la c'est comme on dit, 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 sous la c'est comme on dit. Sous la c'est comme on dit, sous la c'est comme on dit, sous la c'est comme on dit. Attention, tout le monde a dit ça, ça va bien. Attention, stop. Encore. Sous la c'est comme on dit,
Ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça.
sous la c'est comme on dit.
Oh malade, oh malade, oh malade. Oh malade, oh malade, oh malade.
Sous la c'est comme on dit,
Ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça,
sous la c'est comme on dit,
ça comme ça.
sous la c'est comme on dit. Stop. Yeah.
Yeah, that was for the 30th anniversary. In fact, when I sung Que Salive, that was for the 40th anniversary. And
Oh,
that was in
wow.
that was the Arena de Montreal. It's a huge place taking 40,000 people. And there
Wow.
on the stadium for the 30th anniversary, we had up to 65,000 people here. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a 30th anniversary. Good memory. Yeah, good
And
moment. So that was the ending. And you see Trinidad was there with the
Yes.
children. You saw that? Trinidad was there.
I was like, all right.
We're Caribbean, you know. We're not locked into one thing. We're just open, you know. We know who we are, but we're Caribbean too, you know. So we can't. We're living with the Caribbean, the entire Caribbean.
Of course, because a lot of times people from the metropolitan countries view the Caribbean as one. Most times, especially when I travel, they always assume that Trinidad is part of Jamaica. So
yeah,
most
Yeah.
times, you know.
yeah.
So it is nice to see that you all continue to keep the Caribbean flags flying. It's
True.
nice
It's
to
true.
see that you all keep the music going no matter what. 'Cause
Exactly.
people would ask me, oh, Kassav still doing and Kassav still doing. I was like, yes, they still
Yeah.
go. Yeah, they're still
Yes,
making
yes,
music.
yes.
They're still doing stuff.
Exactly.
There's still so much to see and so much to give. And that is
Exactly.
that's what we do as
Yeah.
entertainers.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just very, very again grateful that you took the time, even though you're jet lagged and you need to sleep.
I have another interview at 5:30. So
Oh, wow.
in a half an hour. In a half an
Oh,
hour
wow.
with the BBC. So I'm gonna still speaking in English, you know. So it's just it's a crazy day. for me. But you know, I'm awakened. It was really pleasant, you know. I really enjoyed, you know, having this talk with you. You know, so
Yeah.
I hope that the people, you know, enjoy it too, you know.
Oh, we have comments, plenty
Yeah.
of comments. People
Oh,
are
good.
loving it. Yes,
Yeah.
they're loving it. They love you
Uh-huh.
as Jocelyn, but they also love you as being the female of Kassav.
Yeah.
And
So anyway, what I want to say is that, you know, Bob Marley, you know, in the 70s, you know, he opened the door, you know, of the Caribbean, you know, because when he was, you know, having success anywhere, you know, I was feeling proud because I'm a Caribbean, you see what I mean? Even if I'm not a Jamaican, he was part of me. You see, it's a
Yes.
part of me.
Yes.
That was good. So I hope that, you know, someone else will, you know, rise also like Marley, like Kassav, or like whoever, you know, and just you know, and maybe I don't know, from Trinidad. Yes, yes.
C'est possible.
Yeah, we've got the energy for that. It's just we do have to believe in it. That's all.
That's correct. And we also
Yeah.
have to continuously support each other
Yeah,
all
true,
the way.
true.
But again, Jocelyn, ma soeur, ma doudou, merci. Merci.
Thank you, my sister. I won't say my doodoo because it means something else, you know, in your language.
well, we from our older folks, doudou also means darling.
Oh,
because
okay,
because
good.
we have a
Okay.
little Creole as well.
Okay, good. So my doodoo, it's okay.
the different spelling, that's all. But
Yeah,
thank you for taking the time to
that
share
was my
with us
pleasure. Yeah.
and to reminisce with me. I had a great time.
Yes,
And
me too.
please continue blessing us with your incredible voice and your incredible personality.
Yes. I do my best to keep it, you know, safe and everything.
But
Yeah.
please do. And
Yes,
give my love to everyone.
I will.
I send up a prayer to all of our Kassav family members who have gone on. And I
Yeah.
send up a prayer to all of our Kassav family members who may be going through some difficult times right now.
Yeah. We're thinking about Jean-Philippe, who is recovering from his heart attack and everything. So it's
yeah, and
Yeah.
Freddie.
Freddie also, yeah.
Freddie as
Cancer.
well.
Yeah.
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 You know,
Yeah.
so but thank you again, and
Yes.
I will talk to you soon.
Yes. Yes, my sister. See you soon.
Yeah.
To everyone. Have a nice week.
Bye.
Have a nice week.
You too.
And it's always a pleasure to share with my islands of the Caribbean.
Exactly. Okay,
Okay.
darling. Thank you. I'll
Take
pass
care.
it back over to Sean now.
Yes. Bye
Thank you to all who joined us today. Tell
bye.
a
Yeah,
friend,
thank you.
colleague, or family member about the festival and tune in to our conversations and activities for the rest of the month of November. Good day, and thank you for joining.
Saki, what?
He
I
just thanked everybody for listening and being a part of.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Because you had this feedback and I couldn't hear properly. Mwah.
Oh,
Yes. Bye-bye.
bye.